is proud of you for supporting terrorism and ruining lives. Proud of you. And you can go fuck itself. Okay. Fucking liberal hack. They ruled against Trump. Now they fear for their children's lives. From anonymous death threats to pizzas sent with a murdered son's name. Trump's most loyal followers are taking vengeance. Not in court, but at home. And it's not just rage that it's organized. With federal orders defied, law firms pressured, and new legal resistance rising. Will the rule of law survive the pressure? Or is the independence of America's judiciary already under siege? In an unprecedented wave of intimidation, federal judges across America face a barrage of threats not just against themselves, but their families. A Reuters investigation reveals that at least 11 federal judges who ruled against the Trump administration have seen their relatives targeted with harassment and death threats. One anonymous judge describes the situation to Reuters. Somebody's going to get killed. That's where it all leads eventually. And I think that's what we're all terrified about. Reuters identified more than 600 posts on social media and far-right websites targeting family members of judges who ruled against the Trump administration. These attacks spread across platforms like X, Gateway Pundit, and Patriots, when websites known for amplifying conspiracy theories and extreme right-wing content. The posts viewed more than 200 million times include at least 70 explicitly calling for violence against judges' families. The intimidation tactics range from online harassment to more sinister actions. Anonymous pizzas are delivered to judges' homes, a clear message that their addresses are known. Even more disturbing, some deliveries use the name Daniel Anderl, the murdered son of Judge Esther Sealis, killed in 2020 by a disgruntled litigant. Proud of you for supporting terrorism and ruining lives. Proud of you. And you can go fuck itself. Okay. You fucking liberal hack. U.S. District Judge John Callahan experienced a bomb threat at his home after ruling that Trump's executive order curtailing birthright citizenship was blatantly unconstitutional. He was also the victim of swatting when someone called the police falsely claiming he had killed his wife. We signed up for this when we took the job, but they didn't. That's the unfairness of this. The number of really credible threats has just exploded in the last 2 or 3 years.
So it's a phenomenon that has been building over time. It has come from both sides of the political spectrum. But this tendency to go beyond criticism of the judge themselves and to mention family members, call them out, talk about them, and give information about where they may work or live, that is within the last 2 or 3 years. And that really crosses a line.
The threats follow a pattern. After Judge James Boasberg ruled that Trump officials could face contempt charges for deporting migrants in defiance of court orders, his daughter and brother became targets of far-right conspiracy theorist Laura Loomer. She repeatedly posted misleading information about the judge's family, which was then amplified by Elon Musk to his 219 million followers on Gateway Pundit. Commenters wrote chilling threats like "Stop building the gallows" when Loomer shared a photo of both Berg's daughter. Followers responded with calls to dox the family, revealing their personal information online. Reuters identified about 370 posts vilifying Buzz Burge and his daughter, with 228 on X viewed more than 119 million times. Is it okay to be upset with the judge's opinion? Of course it is okay to express your belief that that was a wrong decision. Of course. Is it okay to say that the appellate courts should reverse that? Of course. But to then question the patriotism, the motives of the judge, and to then say, in order to express my anger, I'm going to attack your family or threaten your family. that is never justified, in a rare and pointed intervention. Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson has condemned the Trump administration's attacks on the judiciary, describing them as deliberate intimidation. Speaking at a judicial conference in Puerto Rico, Justice Jackson addressed what she called the elephant in the room. Without mentioning Trump by name, her remarks received a standing ovation. Across the nation, judges are facing increased threats of not only physical violence, but also professional retaliation just for doing our jobs. And the attacks are not random. They seem designed to intimidate those of us who serve in this critical capacity. Jackson's comments represent the most direct criticism from a Supreme Court justice since Chief Justice John Roberts rebuked Trump in March for pushing to impeach a federal judge. The confrontation between America's judiciary and executive branches has intensified as Trump's sweeping assertions of power encounter judicial obstacles. Federal judges have reported the administration in failing to comply with court orders regarding foreign aid, federal spending, and the firing of government workers. The threats and harassment are attacks on our democracy and on our system of government, and they ultimately risk undermining our Constitution and the rule of law. The Supreme Court justice urged her colleagues to show raw courage in the face of intimidation. I urge you to keep going, keep doing what is right for our country. And I do believe that history will vindicate your service. As the battle between Trump and the judiciary intensifies. Prominent Washington lawyer Abbe Lowell has launched a new firm specifically designed to defend those targeted by the administration. Lowell, who previously defended Hunter Biden against criminal charges, has established Lowell and Associates to represent individuals, institutions, and others facing politicized investigations, civil and administrative actions, according to a statement from the firm. The legal landscape has transformed dramatically under the new administration. 9 major law firms have cut deals with Trump to avoid his crackdown on the legal industry, while 4 others have sued to block his executive orders targeting the profession. Joining Lowell are 2 former lawyers from Skadden ARPs, who resigned over their firm's response to Trump's executive orders. One of them, Rachel Cohen, emphasized the need for attorneys willing to stand up to the government when it oversteps. The new firm emerges amid a broader mobilization of legal challenges against the administration, with over 200 lawsuits opposing key Trump policies from transgender and immigrant rights to agency funding cuts. The courts have become the central battleground for America's constitutional future. Advocacy group Democracy Forward, which has filed more than 50 legal actions since the election, recently hired Brian Netter, a former top attorney in the Biden Justice Department. Needed described the current moment as what may be the most consequential moment in the history of the U.S. courts as the legal resistance organizes. One question remains: will America's judicial system withstand the pressure, or will intimidation succeed in chilling the independence that underpins the nation's democratic order?